Welcome back to another English lesson. Today, we are focusing on B1-B2 level listening. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe and click the bell icon. Also, give this video a like if you're ready to learn. I'd love to hear from you, so feel free to leave a comment below. Let's begin. A memorable journey that changed my perspective on life. Traveling is one of the most valuable experiences a person can have because it allows people to discover different cultures, meet new individuals, and learn important lessons about life. Although many people travel only to relax or have fun, journeys can sometimes change the way people think and understand the world. One of the most unforgettable experiences in my life was a trip I took with my friends during the summer holiday. At first, we simply wanted to escape from our daily routines and enjoy a new environment, but the journey became much more meaningful than we expected. The trip started with weeks of preparation. Since we were university students, our budget was limited, so we had to organize everything carefully. We searched for cheap transportation tickets, affordable hotels, and places to visit without spending too much money. Planning the trip was not easy because everyone in the group had different expectations. Some people wanted to spend most of the time visiting historical places, while others preferred relaxing near the sea or enjoying nightlife. After several discussions, we finally created a balanced travel plan that included cultural activities, sightseeing, and free time. On the day of departure, everyone felt extremely excited. We met early in the morning at the airport, carrying heavy bags and talking about what we wanted to do during the trip. For some of us, it was the first time traveling without family members, so we felt both independent and nervous. After a long flight, we arrived in a beautiful coastal city filled with colorful streets, crowded cafes, and friendly people. The atmosphere was completely different from our hometown, and this immediately made us feel like we were part of a new adventure. During the first few days, we spent most of our time exploring the city. We visited museums, historical buildings, local markets, and famous landmarks. One of the most interesting things was observing how differently people lived there. The local people seemed calmer and less stressed compared to the busy lifestyle we were used to. They spent more time with family and friends, enjoyed long conversations during meals, and appeared to appreciate simple moments in life. Watching this made me realize that happiness does not always depend on money or success. Sometimes people can feel happier simply by slowing down and enjoying the present moment. Food was also an important part of the journey. Every day we tried different local dishes, desserts, and drinks that we had never tasted before. Some meals were surprisingly delicious, while others were unusual for us. Even though not everyone liked every dish, trying new food became part of the adventure. We also learned that food is deeply connected to culture because every meal had a story and tradition behind it. Restaurant owners often explained how the dishes were prepared and why they were important in local history. Of course, the trip was not perfect all the time. We experienced several difficulties that tested our patience and problem-solving skills. One day, we missed a train because we misunderstood the schedule. Another time, one of my friends lost his wallet in a crowded area, which caused a lot of stress for the entire group. However, these challenges actually brought us closer together because we had to support each other and find solutions as a team. Looking back now, the problems we faced became some of the funniest and most memorable moments of the trip. The journey also taught me a lot about independence and responsibility. When people travel alone or with friends, they must make decisions by themselves. They need to manage money carefully, organize transportation, communicate with strangers, and adapt to unexpected situations. At first, these responsibilities seemed difficult, but over time I became more confident. I realized that people are often stronger and more capable than they think. One evening during the trip, we sat near the beach and watched the sunset together. The sky slowly changed colors from orange to pink, and then to dark blue. At that moment, everything felt peaceful. We talked about our dreams, future careers, fears, and personal goals. I understood that experiences like this are much more valuable than material things because memories stay with people forever. Even years later, I can still remember the sound of the waves, the cool wind, and the conversations we shared that night. Another important lesson I learned was the value of cultural understanding. Before traveling, many people create stereotypes about other countries based on social media, movies, or news. However, meeting real people completely changed my perspective. I realized that despite cultural differences, people around the world often share similar emotions, dreams, and struggles. Most people want happiness, security, friendship, and a better future for themselves and their families. Understanding this made me more open-minded and respectful toward different cultures and lifestyles. After returning home, I noticed that the journey had changed me in many ways. I became more confident, independent, and curious about the world. I also started appreciating my own life more because traveling helped me compare different lifestyles and perspectives. Sometimes people complain about small problems without realizing how much they already have. Traveling can help people become more grateful and understanding. In conclusion, traveling is much more than visiting new places or taking photographs. It is an opportunity to grow as a person, develop communication skills, and gain valuable life experiences. My summer trip with my friends taught me important lessons about independence, friendship, patience, and cultural understanding. Although the journey lasted only a short time, the memories and lessons I gained will remain with me for the rest of my life. For this reason, I believe that everyone should travel whenever they have the opportunity because every journey has the potential to change a person's perspective in a positive way.
The advantages and disadvantages of social media in the modern world. Social media has become one of the most important parts of daily life. Millions of people use applications such as Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube every day to communicate, share ideas, watch videos, and follow news from around the world. Especially for young people, social media is not only a form of entertainment, but also a place for education, business, and social interaction. Although social media offers many benefits, it also creates several serious problems that affect individuals and society. Therefore, it is important to understand both the positive and negative sides of social media usage. One of the biggest advantages of social media is communication. In the past, people could only communicate through letters or expensive phone calls, especially when they lived in different countries. Today, however, people can send messages, make video calls, and share photos instantly with just a smartphone and an internet connection. Families and friends who live far away from each other can stay connected easily. For example, international students who study abroad can regularly communicate with their families without difficulty. This helps people feel less lonely and more emotionally connected. Another important advantage is access to information. Social media allows users to learn about current events, scientific discoveries, educational topics, and global developments very quickly. Students can watch educational videos, follow professional teachers, and join online communities related to their interests. Many universities and organizations also share free educational content online. During difficult periods such as the COVID-19 pandemic, social media became one of the main ways for students and teachers to continue communication and education. In addition, social media provides opportunities for businesses and creativity. Small companies can advertise their products to thousands of people without spending large amounts of money. Artists, musicians, photographers, and content creators can share their talents with a global audience. Some people even build successful careers through social media platforms by producing entertaining or educational content. In this way, social media has created entirely new job opportunities that did not exist 20 years ago. However, despite these benefits, social media also has serious disadvantages. One major problem is addiction. Many people spend several hours every day scrolling through videos, photos, or posts without realizing how much time passes. This can reduce productivity and negatively affect school performance, work responsibilities, and personal relationships. Students especially may struggle to focus on studying because social media constantly distracts them with notifications and entertainment. Another important issue is mental health. Research shows that excessive social media use can increase stress, anxiety, and depression. People often compare their lives with the perfect images they see online. Influencers and celebrities usually share only the best moments of their lives, such as vacations, expensive products, or achievements. As a result, some users begin to feel unhappy or unsuccessful about their own lives, even though social media often does not reflect reality completely. Cyberbullying is another serious problem. Some individuals use fake accounts or anonymous profiles to insult, threaten, or embarrass others online. Teenagers and young adults are especially vulnerable to this issue. Hurtful comments and online harassment can damage self-confidence and emotional well-being. In extreme cases, cyberbullying may even lead to severe psychological problems. Because of this, many experts believe that social media companies should create stronger systems to protect users from harmful behavior. Privacy and security are also major concerns. Many users share personal information online without fully understanding the risks. Photos, locations, personal opinions, and private details can sometimes be misused by strangers or companies. In addition, hackers may steal personal data or accounts if users do not protect their information properly. Therefore, people should be careful about what they share online and should use strong passwords and privacy settings. Social media can also affect real-life relationships. Sometimes people spend so much time online that they communicate less with family members or friends in real life. For example, it is common to see groups of people sitting together while each person focuses on their phone instead of having conversations. Over time, this may weaken social connections and reduce the quality of face-to-face communication. Despite these negative effects, social media itself is not completely good or bad. The real issue is how people use it. When used responsibly and in moderation, social media can be extremely useful for education, communication, and creativity. However, excessive or careless use may create psychological, social, and emotional problems. People should learn to balance their online and offline lives in order to benefit from technology without becoming controlled by it. In conclusion, social media has changed modern society in many ways. It offers important advantages such as fast communication, access to information, educational opportunities, and business development. At the same time, it can cause addiction, mental health problems, cyberbullying, privacy risks, and weaker real-life relationships. For this reason, individuals should use social media carefully and consciously. If people learn to control their usage and focus on positive activities online, social media can remain a powerful and beneficial tool in everyday life.